It was September of 2007. Tanya Ryder, who lived in Seattle, Washington, had quit appearing at work. Her significant other, Tom, hadn't got notification from her or seen her in more than 2 days. This wasn't odd for Tom, since it wasn't unordinary for them to not see each other for a couple of days, as they were both maintaining two sources of income and regularly their days of work would cover with one another. Nonetheless, when Tanya's supervisor called Tom inquiring as to whether Tanya was alright in light of the fact that she hadn't appeared at work in most recent 2 days, he realized something was wrong. He quickly called the entirety of their companions and family members to check whether anybody had gotten notification from Tanya in the course of recent days. Be that as it may, nobody knew anything by any stretch of the imagination. He at long last understood that Tanya was missing and called 911 to report her as a missing individual. In any case, the administrator he got hold of for reasons unknown wasn't excessively enthusiastic about enlisting his case. The administrator inquired as to whether she was a grown-up. He said yes. At that point he inquired as to whether she has dementia. On the off chance that she is self-destructive, he said no. In this way, the administrator said that they can't enlist her as a missing individual as she was a grown-up with no clinical history. He was stunned. He argued and implored them to please check her cell phone records to check whether it can assist them with following her area. In any case, the King Region's Sheriff Division won't. Be that as it may, Tom was resolved. He continued irritating the 911 administrators in the sheriff's area of expertise, and he additionally attempted to stand out enough to be noticed on his better half's case. At long last, after a ton of exertion from Tom and a few media pressure, the cops chose to investigate the case. They saw her bank action. However, there was the same old thing. They estimated on the off chance that she had fled, yet Tom stated, "Tune in, I know my significant other. On the off chance that she's going to flee, she's certainly going to take stuff with her. Probably a portion of the cash." After decision out the willfully fleeing hypothesis, they chose to check her telephone records in her wireless area. What's more, last, they got a ping. Her telephone was as yet dynamic and they had the option to follow the area. At the point when officials arrived at the area, which was 20 feet down the side of the road gorge, they were stunned to their center. They had discovered her blue Honda squashed behind the brambles. Also, when they drew nearer, they couldn't accept their eyes. Tanya was alive, scarcely. However, alive in the wake of being stuck inside her vehicle for almost 8 days. Her legs were squashed under her dashboard and she was ruthlessly harmed. Her kidneys were fizzling from lack of hydration and a development of poisons brought about by muscle harm. Her clavicle and ribs were broken, her shoulder disjoined, her left leg seriously hurt. Her lung was punctured and she was in so much torment that she must be placed in a restoratively initiated trance state. At the point when she at long last woke up, she had no memory of what had occurred, or how she wound up in a mishap. There has been theory that her tumultuous work routine had driven her to nod off at the worst possible time. And some have been stating that she may have been messaging while at the same time driving, prompting her mishap. Be that as it may, whatever the explanation, the way that she had the option to get by in the wake of being caught harmed with no nourishment and water for right around 8 days is an endurance accomplishment.